And then we're going to write our learning target down. And our learning target for today says, I can simplify expressions using the distributive property and combining like terms. So that's what I want you to be able to do by the end of the class today. Isn't it crazy?
A little bit.
A little bit? Are we ready?
Yes.
Does anybody need a mow? All right. Moment. We're all special. So we're going to start on the simplifying expressions side. Now, who can tell me what a constant is? Something that, look at you, take a point for your team. Let me give you all your number strips. A constant is something that stays the same. And let me tell you, in the past 3 years, you were the first person to get that right the first time. So that's where we are in life. Something that stays the same. Now, what is it in a math problem? Is it a letter or a number?
Why? Oh, sorry. I just wanted to ask, why is that the first time something phone is right?
Yes.
Because Americans are raising
Yes.
except for Africa.
Okay. So, is a constant a variable? Is a constant a letter or a number? A number, because the number stays the same, and we can plug in different things for the letter, right? Okay, so a constant is something that stays the same. It's a number. Just a number that chills by itself. He's just hanging out, being best friends. Okay? Now, what's a variable?
A letter that takes the place of a
You're
number.
whispering at me.
A letter that takes the place of a number.
A letter that takes the place of a number. And can a variable change?
Yeah.
Okay, so a variable is something that, let me switch up colors. Something that changes. And it's represented by a letter. Okay, Blair, you could spell letter. We could do that. Now, I'm going to throw something crazy at you. What's a coefficient? We're just kind of muttering, y'all, and I can't really hear you when you do that. The number with a letter. Cameron, is that what you were going to say as well? Both of you take a point. The number in front of a letter. So please make sure your names, the date, and the tower is all on your number strip because I add them up at the end of the day today for you to get your weekly points. And I'm updating grades today, so you'll have all your grades for this week in there. Isn't it exciting? You can see how you're doing this week. Hey, it's a good thing. If you've done everything, you should have an A in here. It is not difficult to pass my class. Okay? It's not. You just gotta like use your brain and do what I tell you and you'll be fine.
Sure you're not supposed to be in the ROTC?
You know, I feel like I would be a great military person. Other than my extreme issue with authority.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he doesn't belong.
But we'll just not go into that. Alright guys, what's a term? What are terms? It is words. Awesome. Okay, now what's a math term? No, okay, I just set myself up for that. No. So if I give you an expression, for instance, if I wrote, don't write this, just watch. If I wrote, first tell me which one is the constant. What's the variable? What's the coefficient? How many terms are there? 2. Because terms are separated by a plus or minus sign. Now you would think 3, right? Because there's 1, 2, 3 things. But terms are separated by a plus or a minus sign. Does everybody understand? So now does that make a little more sense? So it is a letter or constant separated by a plus or minus sign. A letter or constant separated by a plus or minus. How do we feel so far? We should feel amazing. So, if I said 3x plus 12, write that. Remember, when I write, you write on these. So you should have this. Alright, so 12 is the constant. The variable is the coefficient is the, and how many terms is this? 2 terms. Dun, 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 dun. That's it. Now, we like for them to be in order from the highest exponent to the constant. Just for future reference. That's called standard form. So down here in this bottom square, we're going to do some examples. We're going to simplify. So at the top, we're going to write simplify. The clicking of these pens may be the death of me. But I love them. Alright, so for A, I am going to say 4x squared minus 7 plus 3x squared plus 45. Write it down. Stop it. Stop clicking. Now, I want us to simplify, which means that we combine like terms. Magic, right? So, 4x squared can only be combined with 3x squared because they have the same variable and the same exponent, so that makes them like terms. Does everybody understand? If this was just an x, could we combine them? No, because they don't have the same exponent. So like terms have the same variable and the same exponent. And we're going to write that down in just a minute. So what is 4x squared plus 3x squared? 7x squared. Do we have 2 other like terms? Negative 7 plus 45. And what's negative 7 plus 45? Are you sure?
38.
I like how you explained it to me. Yes, because I added, and I'm not a crazy person. Dun, 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 that's all you do. Now, can you combine 7x squared and 38? No, because they're not like terms. Also, why is this called an expression and not an equation? Because it doesn't have mutter, mutter, mutter is what I'm hearing. It doesn't have an equal sign. Yay! Give your team a point if you said that. Okay, una más, and then we're going to distribute. Don't be babies. How many terms were in the final answer of A? 2. All right, for B, do we have anything to combine with negative 5x cubed? No, so what do we do with it? Bring it down. Now, do we have anything to combine with negative 3x squared?
Yes.
And what's plus 5x squared? Positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. And then 4 plus 2 is? Dun, 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 dun. How many terms are in this? That's it. That's all you do. Make sure you have that on your paper. Like terms have the same variable and the same exponent. Are we ready? No? Okay. Now we're going to distribute. So the distributive property is what you use when you have parentheses and a variable. And yesterday we talked about why it's silly for you to use it if there are numbers in there. And that's because we use what instead? Order of operations. You were close. Alright, so I want us to write these. Come on, Mr. Penn. Use the distributive property to simplify. My first problem says 6 times 3x squared plus 5. Now, if we had any like terms, we would combine those first. But we don't have any like terms in this, so we use the magic of the distributive property. Do you think that would multiply with the distributive property or add? Multiply. And are we gonna distribute it to all the things or just one of the things? All the things in the parentheses. So we're gonna do 6 times 3x squared and 6 times 5. What is 6 times 3x squared? 18x squared. Why did we not change our exponent? You're muttering at me.
Not power to power.
It's not power to power, it's just the coefficients, right? Alright, and then what's 6 times 5? Is it going to be plus 30 or minus? Take a point. Boom, you're done. Isn't it lovely?
Best thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm telling you. Alright, we're going to do 2 more, and then I'm going to let you do your maze, okay?
I already got your maze.
It's okay. Am I not entertaining you? I'm just kidding. Okay, Blair. B comes after A. I don't know what's happening today. Alright, so I would like us to do 17 times 42A minus 16. I don't know why I picked big numbers. I just want to prove to you that it's okay if we get a large number and we should not be afraid of those. Oh, I'm about to throw a fraction in there too, so that'll really blow your minds. Now, do we have any like terms that we can combine? No, so we distribute. What is 17 times 42A? I'm sorry? Okay. I just can't hear y'all with the air on over here, so I need you to not mutter. Like we start off strong and then we trail off, and I have no idea what's happening.
I had a lot of trouble finding signal.
And 17 times negative 16 is? 272? Okay. Now, why did we put a negative there? Because it's a positive times A, and that is A. Look at us go. Last one. Negative 2/3 times 9c cubed minus 12. We're going to go crazy on this one. Can we distribute a fraction? Yes. We're not afraid of fractions. Fractions are friends, not food. So, negative 2/3 times 9. 3 goes into 9 how many times? 3 times. 3 times negative 2 is? So we have negative 6c cubed. Does everyone see where we got the negative 6 from? Do we need to do it one more time? Does anybody want it one more time just to be safe? Okay, cool. So, it's a fraction, which means we divide. 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. That's it. Now we distribute it to the negative 12. 3 goes into negative 12 how many times? Negative 4 times. And negative 4 times negative 2 is? Positive 8. So that becomes a plus 8. Dun, 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 we're done. Isn't it lovely? Do we need to go through it one more time?
No.
Let's go through it one more time just to be safe. Why must you one? Alright, so the first thing we did is negative 2/3 times 9. 3 goes into 9 how many times? 3 times negative 2 is? Negative 6. Then we distributed the negative 2/3 to the negative 12. 3 goes into negative 12 how many times? And negative 4 times negative 2 is? Positive 8. And that's where it came from. Now, let us look at our distributive property maze. You guys know how mazes work, right? Are we sure? So, first, we're going to start here. And you need to use some kind of color so I know what path you take, please. That would be super helpful. And we're going to distribute. We're going to do 4 times 2x, and you get what? 8x. And then 4 times 1 is? Now, does that look like we're going to go to the right or down? To the right. So we highlight which way we go, and then we do the next one. Can you guys handle this? Are we sure? And then there's a cute fat little unicorn in the middle. You can color him at the end. Good luck. May the force be with you.